So this is your destinations menu. This is basically the places you're going to choose to go. Earth is going to be your first one that you go to after the tutorial, and there's also going to be the tower. These are your two main spots that you're going to go to at the very beginning. This one is going to be your main spot you go to all the time, and I will have a video specifically for this whole entire place later on. When you click a planet, I don't care what it is, so we'll do Earth because quite frankly these unlock if you don't have the DLC, and as you kind of like gain your power level, quote, unlocks more of these as it goes on, but it's mostly just doing quests and stuff. When you go in here, you get a map. Here's Earth. Now, probably going to wonder what in the world are all these symbols. So, any of these are landing zones, aka you can fast travel on any of these. So if I wanted to go here, I can select it there. I don't think there's one up here and whatnot. But there's a lot of things it doesn't tell you what's on here. This dude is your vendor, and I'll also make another thing on what vendors are on stuff, but he's going to be the dude you'd talk to here, and he'd have the quest specifically for this planet. These symbols are adventures. They are basically little missions that you can do on the thing. You can see the recommended power level 750. You get a common gear. Um, some of them doesn't give you anything. Some of them give you a little bit rare. I think there are some that are heroic that you can find. I don't see any on here just yet, but as you can see, it shows you a reward. You get other stuff too as it goes through, like killing people. They'll drop other things. This is the adventure. It always is. It always looks like a sword, and you can also start it as you can see. And if you look above, you can see what the rewards are. Then there's other stuff like this is a strike. This is a raid, and that we'll get into later, and this we'll get into later as well. This is a kind of like the tower. It's a safe zone. You can go there, and there's a couple things that you can do in there. But, and this is a forge, which again, all this stuff is kind of like later on. They're like their own little sections and missions that you can do. Like this one, 1 to 3 players, but honestly, they always match make you with 3. Raids are up to 6. That's it. And then there's little symbols that they don't tell you, and then there's this. So first we'll do this. This is a public event, and those are events that happen randomly on the planet. As you can see, there's a countdown that goes for it, and once it gets all the way down to 0, the public event starts, as it says. And you just go over there. You go over there and do whatever it says. It'll come up with a little mission. And even if you don't know what you're doing, 90% of the time there's other people there, and you kind of just follow what they're doing. It's pretty simple. These, however, they don't tell you exactly. When I first played this, they actually did tell me what these little things are, which are lost sectors, and I, quite frankly, didn't pay attention. So these are little lost sectors, and I call them more like secret zones. You go in, and there will always be a boss, and they always have a loot at the end, which is kind of nice. And once you actually go into them and go through, as you can see, it actually tells me what it is. I think there might be some I haven't done in this. Maybe. I'm looking. Maybe I have done them all. But if you haven't done them, it doesn't tell you the name of them. It looks like I have actually done every single one on Earth. Well, look at that. I'm proud of myself. But yeah. So if you actually highlight this and you haven't done it, it won't tell you. It won't give you a name. So you're just kind of like, oh, I don't know what this is. So you look for it, and I'll show you what that is. So this is a lost sector here, and then it's usually close by, which in this case it would be going down this way. If you want to take a little look, this right here. would be the last sector. And then finally, this right here, they don't even tell you, but these are, um, oh, I done lost the word for it, but they're basically, oh, regional chests. That's the word for it. The regional chests, or as I like to call them, loot boxes, just random loot boxes that are specifically for this planet, and you just go look in this area. So like you'll see your arrow when you're on the planet. You'll be a green arrow, and you just try to like navigate yourself to one of these and look around, and you'll find one. I'll show you. So as you can see, this is a region chest. And if you look on the map, you can see I'm over top of the symbol that I was talking about earlier. There you go. So this is what it looks like. And then you can just collect it. And that's pretty much how you do these maps. And you navigate. You click on a planet, and you can go to anything. This one's Mars. You got Mercury. This one's kind of small, but there's still stuff to do. See, even this has a regional chest. But that's how you do maps and destinations. Pretty simple stuff. Not too bad. Pretty easy. And like in the tower, which again I'll do this later, but as you can see, this is mostly just vendors. These are all kinds of people that you can do. There is one other thing. These little gold coins kind of looking thing are challenges. And those, if you look, they show them on here. So these little symbols right here, that's a seasonal. I believe that's the forge symbol. I think. I'm not positive. Might be the dungeon. Oh wait, there it is. It's a campaign. Ha! I knew that. Not really. And then for the seasonal, and then that shows you got two people that want to talk to you, which is when they're blinking like this, means they have something for you. I don't see the second person. I'm assuming it's probably this because it has a challenge on it. Maybe sorta, because usually I see wherever they're blinking and I don't see it. But anyways, challenges. These. The only thing that you need to know on that is they give you gear. Pinnacle gear, sometimes power gear, but I don't see any. Anyways, they're weekly. Well, most of them are weekly. So if you just highlight over whatever this is, like so this is on this, and then you can see you complete it with a score over 100,000 and you get a pinnacle gear. That's a strike, by the way. Those again, well, I'll go into. This one's the dungeon, defeat. I don't think there's, oh, there's one on Mercury, so, and of course I don't see it on Mercury. Oh, there it is, duh, it's right there. So, in his case, you would just do activities and talk to him and see how his vendor is changed into the actual coin. I didn't notice that at first, so, but you go talk to him, and then you'll get your powerful gear, tier 1 versus pinnacle, which I'll get into the differences in all those as well a little bit later. But for now, that's all you really need to know. You want to keep it kind of simple. Oh, and one last note. The moon, this right here is all DLC. So you, if you just get this and just start playing, can't get into that. So don't worry about it. But you'll start on Earth, and the tower is your main hub that you'll always go to. That's pretty much how you navigate maps and your destinations. So when you go on the map, it doesn't show you, but if you're in nav mode, which is this right here where you got your ghost out, which I'll go more into later. If you look, that gray diamond with the triangle in it, and that gray diamond with kind of like a compass or an arrow pointing, those are patrols. You cannot find those on the map, but they look like this.